So guys, right now I'm getting insanely bullish on Bitcoin because we have similar vibes going on as we were seeing in 2020. And guys, let me show you in today's video exactly what I mean. We are going to compare the price action of 2020 right before Bitcoin launched this massive bull run, and we are going to compare that price action with the price action of Bitcoin today. So guys, drop a like, subscribe down below, and let's jump straight into it. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about the intro video. I want to share more videos with you with nice music to make it less boring and to create a nice vibe right here in these videos. So right now let's get to the juicy stuff. Let's get to the Bitcoin price, guys, because yesterday I can already tell you I was laying in bed. I was still doing analysis with my laptop on my lap till 2 o'clock in the night, and I was just like, what the like mind-blowing what I actually found. So I don't know if it's I will get rid of my camera right here so you can look better at these two screens. But yeah, what we can see right here, guys, is that on the left side we basically have price action from Bitcoin in 2020. And maybe, you know what, maybe I'll just scroll a little bit down and then you can see it a little bit better on this chart. So I'm talking about this price action right here. This price action right here. If we zoom in on that price action, whoa, that's too much drawings right there. Look at this price action. Just take this into your mind, like, wow, this low volatility sideways move up, higher high, going down, and then slowly trending up. Okay, now go back to this one. It really looks similar to what we have seen before, guys. We also have this consolidation moved sideways. Last drop, that one was right here. Rally, we got a rally, higher high, we got a higher high, then we got a lower high, distribution, liquidation event right here. And take in mind, guys, the right chart is 2023. This is 2020. So we came down right here, also massive liquidation event, right, with low funding rates. Here also low funding rates. Then we were trending up, coming down, trending up, coming down, but we had this declining resistance. We also trending up, coming down, trending up, coming down, trending up, get rejected at that resistance. Same here. And then right here, we just break above. We break above in 2020, and let me go a little bit further. We break above, consolidate, another rally, go above these highs. What do we right here? Break above, consolidate, break up above these highs at, what is it, 32,000 US dollars. And then it's very interesting, guys. We form a megaphone pattern. We did that in 2020. We form a megaphone pattern, and the crazy thing, this is the most mind-blowing thing, guys, is these megaphone patterns, they look really the same. And they both in the same time frame. Like, this is November, this was kind of October, November. But look at this. We got that high to the top. We come back down, bounce, come back down to support, go up, come back down, double test of the support. So far, this has been exactly what's going on. Double test right here. And then from the double test of the support, we go back to the resistance. Double test of support, back to the resistance, right? Then we go back to the support, back to the support. We go back to the resistance. Here we also go back to the resistance. And then we come right here. Couple of times we touch the bottom. Here also a couple of times we touch the bottom. And then in 2020, guys, we just take off. It breaks above the megaphone pattern right here. And as you can see, you know, this thing was just blowing to the offside. And I do remember, like, I can remember how I felt back here. I felt actually like, okay, we have a megaphone pattern. Okay, we have bearish divergences. I think it is likelier. That was back then. This was back in 2020. Yeah, I was I thought, okay, the price has a likelihood to break down right here. But that didn't happen. We didn't broke down. We actually broke up. And guys, I think actually that this is likely something that we are seeing right now as well. I showed you the poll the other day, right? The poll is saying that still a lot of people are sidelined. If we have a look at the funding rates right here, the funding rates was a little bit a more nicer profile because they were negative during this formation. That is a little bit different. But on the other hand, right now they are turning negative as well. So that is also, I think the derivatives exchange data profile is looking actually quite bullish when we if we were to be in a full-blown bull market, right? And now comes even more the important part, guys. If we then go back to this chart, right? And this then would basically the megaphone pattern that we are in right now. So this would be, let me take a nice drawing right here. Yeah, just take the brush for now. We have here that megaphone pattern that we just showed you. This was in 2020. Afterwards, we had massive rally. This was basically the start of the bull market. And you know what happened right here at the start of the bull market? There was a lot of thought going on. There was Tether thought going on. We just seen that CZ from Binance stepped down as CEO. He's leaving Binance. Binance now is a little bit in control of the United States. So personally, I would not use Binance anymore. Definitely not. I would definitely go to different exchanges. I think Bybit is definitely the best exchange to go to. So yeah, if you want to go to Bybit, make sure to use the link in the description down below. But a lot of people right here back in 2020 were actually very, very bearish. And including me, I also thought that we would actually break down because of this bearish divergences. But then what you can see is like everyone got fooled and we just went up. Just continued to went up. This drop right here was actually Black Friday. So we had that Black Friday sale. But you can see the point, right? Like if you were in this from this period, right? If you were a bear, you completely get wrecked. There is sometimes we have like a shakeout to the downside, which is fine, right? We get a shakeout, but the moment that we get that bought up, the moment that the price recovers is super fast. Shakeout, couple of days later, okay, price is back at the same level. Shakeout, couple of days later, price is even higher. You know, shakeout, couple of days later, we're back up. Okay, here we have a little bit of a sustained correction, but give it a couple of weeks and we're back up. So it is kind of insane, guys, how much this price action looks similar to the price action right now. And what I want to do with you as well is we're just going to take a bars pattern and I'm just going to overlay this on the price action right now. And I'm just going to show you how potentially this could look in the Bitcoin price and still could form still could be in that 16-year cycle. So that is the interesting thing right here. So look, if we put this one on top of this price action, you can already see that it is very, it is really looking similar. The only thing that is a little bit different is that this took a little bit longer to play out. But if you look, so for example, we got the rally, we got the first peak. Here we also have the first peak. Right, the first peak is this small thing right here. Second peak comes then. Here we also have second peak. Okay, then we have some consolidation with shake down, shake up, shake down, higher high. Here we also get higher high. Then we come down, consolidate, and then we do form that lower high that is here. And here took a little bit longer in the time right now. And then we get that smash down. Bam. We get really smashed down. And then we go up, down. Here's up, down. But when we go actually up and down, we eventually create this uptrend and then this resistance and bam, we break out. Megaphone pattern, break out to the upside. Why should we not see it right now? I think we might be in that early stage of that bull market, same as 2020, and we're just gonna skip that whole like March 2020 period. We're gonna skip that one. So how would this look, right? So if we would like, let's say we put that rally, that megaphone pattern, let's say we make this a little bit bigger because it looks like the price action is also kind of like a little bit bigger resembling, right? So we do something like this where you already can see we actually, let's put it then like this for the megaphone pattern right here. You can already see the megaphone pattern right here. It takes a little bit longer. So maybe we just put it right here little bit farther in the future. I just want to give you an image of what is possible right here for Bitcoin, and let's go to the daily time frame and let's see how this looks. So this would mean that Bitcoin could accelerate right here, right now, and just go to 140,000 US dollars by May 2024. So that is still in the first half of 2024. Make a top right here, and then goes into this multi-year long bear market from that 60-year cycle. So I definitely think that something like this is going to play out. That's why right now I'm still leaning very, very bullish. I'm leaning very, very bullish, but I don't think that this bull market is going to last as long as the previous bull markets, and I think that is also going to be the way that it's going to trap a lot of people. But I also think it's going to trap a lot of people by being insanely bullish in the shorter term time frame, because I actually made a mistake right here. I remember my feelings, I remember the way I did analysis, and I had the mindset still going on what was going on here. Right, we had, for example, right here, these bearish divergences, and if you, for example, and let me show you guys, because that is the difficult thing, this is typical Bitcoin, like, bam, but if you do like this, and you do like this, right, so we cannot see the future, look how this chart looks. Like, this is the crazy thing. We had this rally to 14,000, kind of like bearish right here, going to 3,000, like that is kind of insane, right? Then we're bouncing quite strong. We have somewhat of this this range, and then we break out of this range, and then we zoom into the price action right here. And let me just make it a little bit bigger. And we zoom in on this price action right here, and you see, okay, we have candles going up. We do have nice wicks to the downside, so that means that the dumps are quickly getting bought up, but we do have some horizontal resistance right here, and when we bring out the relative strength index, and this looks exactly the same as the relative strength index right now, also overbought, going back down. Like, this looks, if you don't know the future, right, and if you don't take a look at the cycles, this looks extremely bearish. I mean, this looks like it could nuke anytime and retest this resistance and maybe then continue the uptrend. I'm not saying that this looks bearish in the sense of like entering a bear market, but this looks like it really can correct, right? This one can correct, come back down to 11,800, or maybe to this high right here at 12,000, whatever. But then if you just press on play, this thing just like, it goes just parabolic, and it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. It has some correction right here, but this is what I'm trying to say, and it's very difficult to lean to this to lean to this scenario right now, because there's a lot of uncertainty in the economy. There's not a lot of although a lot of charts are breaking out, but I don't think the general emotional state of the market is that optimistic as for what might come right now. So I still think that Bitcoin in the short-term time frame can look extremely bullish. I'm not planning to short any Bitcoin, definitely not. I'm only planning to long Bitcoin during this time frame, but I still expect Bitcoin, I'm going to be ready for that, to make an early bull market top. And I can be wrong on that, but it doesn't matter if I'm wrong, because I can see things playing out. And even though I am wrong, I banked so much money on Bitcoin that it will not change my personal situation. That is what I'm definitely hammering down on. Everybody has to calculate their own risk, but like I said in my previous video as well, like if you have 1 million or 5 million euro, it's not really going to change your personal situation that much, depending on your lifestyle, of course. But how I live is I eat mostly everyday meat from the farm, like fresh meat. I have quite a nice lifestyle, not too luxurious, I would say. I'm not spending too much money on things that I think are unnecessary. Food is one of my bigger expenses because I really love to eat quality food, but I'm not wearing any like expensive watches or very expensive clothes or go shopping every week, or it's not really my style of doing things. Maybe holidays are something that I would like to spend more on, and that's also coming in the future, but for my personal situation, if I have 1 million or 5 million, it doesn't really change like the way how I live, so the quality of my life. But if I have like 1 million or 100,000, that already changes things a little bit, right? And if you think about I don't know, 50,000 or 200,000, these are also bigger differences, right? So what I'm trying to say is like we are all trying to get as much money as we can, right? And shoot for the stars, and maybe we fall on a cloud. But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes by being too greedy and thinking about all those millions, you can along the way already like take some out, so at least whenever whatever happens, you don't really have to change your quality of life, right? You still can do anything you want. So I'm always amazed with the thing, like let's say a recession comes, like market, like a lot of shitstorm is coming. Well, if you got 100 200k, you move to Southeast Asia, you can survive years on that money. And it's also beautiful, your quality of life is even increasing and your expenses are decreasing. And if you, for example, have that money, but you gamble it all on one altcoin, and then the bear market starts and the 200k suddenly becomes 50k, then the time in Southeast Asia where you could survive on significantly is decreasing, and maybe you have other costs to pay, so it forces you back to a full-time job in the country where you're living in. So that's what I'm trying to say, like, of course we all want that 10 million or 100 million, or we all want that the most out of the bucket, right? We want the most out of the bucket, but sometimes with that mentality of never having enough, sometimes can put you in a position where you actually coming too short. That's I hope it makes sense, guys. I really hope it makes sense. But yeah, guys, this is also the video of today. I think Bitcoin could look very bullish. Of course, we have that megaphone pattern. If we break down from that megaphone pattern, I would say this idea is invalidated. But if I just look at the sentiment right now, when we saw that megaphone pattern in 2020, right before that massive bull market, the sentiment was extreme greed. That was the crypto fan greed index was at 90. Right now we're not even there. We're not even at 90, so that greed is not there. I did a poll. The majority of the people right here on the channel, they are still at 10% crypto portfolio. Also, I think that is actually a big number for people that are actually sidelined for what might is coming. So definitely, guys, I've learned from my previous bull markets, because I still can come back. That's actually the positive thing of making these videos, because I can go back in time and I can just look at myself like, okay, how did I fought back then? And I know that I was expecting a correction then. I was also lucky because I just had anyway all my money in crypto, so I didn't short it necessarily. I didn't like sell my Bitcoin to try and buy back cheaper. I just left it in, but I did expect that correction, and it didn't came, right? It just shoot up. So I was also surprised when I saw that back in 2020, and right now I feel similar emotions. I also feel like Bitcoin needs to correct, Bitcoin should correct, but every correction when Bitcoin comes down is quickly bought up, right? We did actually predict this correction that we are seeing right now with that stablecoin dominance, but that's also, that one didn't went explosive. It came up, now it's already coming down. So maybe the bears are really right now on the wrong side of the track, you know, and maybe we are just right before that acceleration phase, and maybe Bitcoin is just going to blast off, and we are seeing that quarter 1 top in 2024 followed by a multi-year long bear market. And this is something that this channel is focusing on, guys, and I cannot hammer enough that it is so important. And I can be wrong. This analysis can be wrong. I can be wrong on the 16-year cycle. I can be wrong in all my analysis. I'm not saying right here that I know something that you guys don't. I'm not saying that. I'm just doing normal analysis. I'm just putting my view out there, my perspective on the markets, and my strategy also with, and that strategy and perspective comes from all the experience that I have in the past. And I've been in the market since 2016, and I've been in the markets every single day, reading articles, reading books, losing money, winning money, trading this, trading that, making videos. So I've definitely seen a lot in the crypto space, and I don't know if that makes my perspective more valuable, but it definitely changed the way how I look at the markets. And I look at the markets right now from a perspective that I want to realize certain things. I want to realize some nice projects, some nice companies that I want to open that can really benefit humanity. That is something that I find very important. I don't need millions for that, though. Although it would be nice if you have 10 million, of course, the more money you have, the more money you can invest. But nevertheless, I think the personal situation is most important. If we do get that multi-year long bear market and that recession and maybe that further correction in the S&P 500, I also think that the market psychology is completely going to change. So right now we are still in this market psychology of optimism, and optimism I mean like everyone expects a bull market kind of sooner or later. They expect prices to continue to go up from the S&P 500, but a real depression like we have seen in 1921, we don't know what it's like. I don't know it because I never experienced it. You also probably don't experience it, or you almost 100 years old, but the mentality and market psychology is completely different, and the bullishness is completely broken in that market psychology. So what I'm trying to say right here is that we have to realize that we can imagine, but we cannot know how it feels to get completely broken by the markets. And 1929 was a nice example for that. And where like a long-term bull market just get broken down into a long-term bear market, and all the optimism is getting smashed out of people. I think 25% of America was for sure jobless, but maybe also homeless. I'm not sure. It was back then a really normal time. You go to Central Park or you go out and like normal people are sleeping on the street with a newspaper around them. So times were completely different. I'm not saying that we are going to replicate this specific time, but a lot of signs pointing to that macro top in all markets, in all risk on markets. We don't know what the future is going to bring, but if we do get some event like that, which could take years to finally unfold, to get a new low, and then to get this economy going again, I think it's very good to be prepared. It's better to be prepared for something like that, and it doesn't happen, and the economy continues to go up, and it's easy for you to generate money anyway. That is better than if you don't prepare and something like that does happen and your personal situation completely changes. I hope that really makes sense, guys. If you want to know more about these subjects, if you want to know when to take profits or when I'm taking profits in this bull market, make sure that you subscribe down below. Make sure that you have the bell icon on so you get notified whenever I'm uploading any new videos. Also make sure, guys, to leave a thumbs up because that gives me feedback and energy to make new videos for you. If you want to get extra information on the markets, like the altcoins that I'm buying, when I'm longing or shorting Bitcoin, when I'm taking profits at the exact time, you want extra videos basically, make sure to join Will Alerts. Will Alerts is a private Telegram channel where you can receive extra information on the markets. Very valuable information, guys, because we have been doing so good over on Will Alerts, because we have been trading some altcoins that have done more than 100% profit, not only against US dollar but also against Bitcoin. But we also on the channel, of course, have been entering Bitcoin at very beautiful levels with nice long positions. And yeah, so far the calls that we made in Will Alerts have been doing pretty awesome. And right now, with Binance being taken over by the United States, it might be time to change exchange and maybe don't use Binance and go to another exchange. Well, below this video we have Bybit, BingX and BitGet. I think these are three very good exchanges and they all have their own advantages. So Bybit, of course, is the best exchange in terms of liquidity, is the biggest exchange. I think Bybit is just one of the best exchanges out there, 100%, but they don't offer everything. So if you want to, like, for example, trade the S&P 500, commodities, or other indices or forex, you can do that all on BingX. And BingX is an exchange where you don't need any KYC. And I'm also definitely a guy who would say you need multiple exchanges, right? If one exchange has problem with regulations in your country, you can just directly flip to another exchange without creating a new account and so on. So BingX is very good if you don't want to have any KYC. If you want to trade other trading pairs than just crypto, you should definitely go to BingX. BingX is a best exchange for that. Basically, they also have a pretty low fee structure, so that is also quite nice compared to other exchanges that are offering the same trading pairs using crypto as collateral. BitGet is a beautiful exchange as well. Where you can make trading bots. I made a lot of tutorials about that. You can do copy trading. They have a lot of altcoins. They were one of the first exchanges jumping on the BRC20 tokens. So we also bought a lot of Audi there. Audi was, for example, also one of the tokens that we called very early on in Will Alerts. Well, Audi made new all-time highs recently. DYDX we called over there 2 times. We made 2 trades on DYDX, and both of that trades made over 100% profit, which was pretty insane. So yeah, guys, we have been doing very good over there. And of course, like historical results are not a guarantee of the future, but the only thing that I can promise is that I'll do my best from my side to provide you guys with good content and to help you guys the best that I can for my ability to help you, for my experience that I have right now since being active in the crypto market since 2016. So that was it for today's video, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. If you're still watching at this specific moment, you are a legend, and thank you so much. And I think a lot of positive times are ahead in the next coming months, but I also think we got to be very careful for the longer term time frame. But everything of that will unfold in the coming months. Things will become more clear. So guys, let's try to make the most out of this bull market and create a better world. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to wish every single one of you a very beautiful day, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.